Saturday Showdown, KT Rolster versus T1.
Peter, considering what he wants to go towards, Braum would be the opposite of what we want.
They need some more. I think it has to. Leona's doesn't feel good because you're kind of like Leona Maokai. It's very easy itemization for Merc Treads and for cleanses. But I don't think it can be Braum in this situation because you're just going to get...
Oh, no.
You're just going to get... It's going to be like in a shooting gallery against this Kai'Sa. I just think you're going to struggle to close the distance. Nongshim really need a good start in the early game for this one.
We'll just have to see whether they can find it. Let's jump into the rift for game one.
In terms of like peeling backwards, it makes sense in that regard, like the defensive play. But in terms of trying to set up early plays and make things happen, not the best summoner, I would say. Because the whole point of the Braum is, yes, we sort of highlighted that for what the composition needed. Nongshim, the Braum wasn't it. Oh, wait.
Dindin going very aggressively here, but there's the snips. And Kingan's got flash. Still, Sylvie going to come out of that brush. And that jump scare, I legitimately fell for it.
That was spooky, but yeah. I think overall, pretty good for Hanwha Life Esports. The fact that Sylvie came top and you're just trading flashes, you're absolutely happy with that, all things considered. Kingan getting the better of that trade and doesn't have to flash out early, not the best scenario. Is all the laners are very low on health because they're just fighting constantly and not wanting to miss out. The junglers are doing it too.
Yep, they are just... And once again, it's Nongshim taking the lower end of it. Grizzly finds the smite and then immediately tries to throw out the hook. Is this a plate as well? And you don't even need to... You don't need to win the matchup as Gwen. You don't need to. As Fiesta is... Oh! Just needed one more auto.
Life, flash ignite, auto.
Oh, is it gonna be it? As Life is cantering in, that's the flash from Zeka. The fadeaway is Kingan is in trouble. There's the flash twisted advance, the needlework. Trying to get away. Oh, the turnaround as Kingan lets the minions do it. It's a disaster for Nongshim, and now Grizzly is looking for a hook. He can just auto him, to be perfectly honest, and he's just gonna wander away. He doesn't want to get baited in.
Like Olympus on a plate, and then here the level up from Kingan so big, and the healing he gets right at the end from the stacked Conqueror.
And the needlework, so he needed all of that. He needed the level up at exactly the right time to get the health and to get the activation of the ultimate so that he could get enough health. See what happens when you pay attention, Orcs?
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. As, okay, Dindin goes all out onto King, and he's going to have to flash to try and get himself out of this one. But the needlework makes it very difficult for Dindin to actually win out on the trade. So R buttons do get exchanged. Dindin will survive.
You just don't have waves. They're just cleared so quickly from a distance.
And also you can't move towards the lane that, like, once Kingan has a couple of items, his hook is going to go wide there. Still they're going to go for it. The knock-up comes in because, of course, depth charge is a bit ridiculous. That is a fantastic ult, but it doesn't matter. Although this might, because Grizzly is going to take a whole bunch of turret shots. Now Sylvie's making his way over. Blast Cone, shout out to Brendan Valdez. And I don't think that Grizzly is going to be okay because Peter's going to turn up and make sure that the Nautilus pays the price. Yeah, going to get punched via the ground. And that means that the dive does not work out. I thought when they got the kill with the explosive charge, oh, that's very cool.
And then here, he could have just autoed him. But he's walking to the edge of the tower.
Yeah, and imagine if he hadn't have, like, queued. Instead, he just walks in and ults.
Yeah.
And queues.
A lot of optimizations, but Life showing how it's done.
Life is going to come in as the real support and allow that kill to come through. And he's probably telling Grizzly, like, buddy, like, Zeka is so far up the lane. Dindin now as well. Oh, there are a lot of friends here. The hook is going to miss yet again. But I don't know whether that necessarily means very much. The knock-up comes in, the crash down comes down. And there's the all-out. Okay, Hook going to come forward here as Peter is going to find an ult, but it doesn't really do too much. Kingan is now on the warpath as Dindin tries to find the Q, but Life is going to be okay. Oh my goodness. Hanwha Life, they just keep getting away with it.
Yep. Falling out of control of Nongshim. Oh no.
Okay, Jiwoo, he may be in trouble. Void Seeker is also going to land as Killer Instinct comes down, and now Feather Storm going to be used. Supercharger as Viper's going to flash after him. There is a pit entrance as he doesn't go over the wall with the Emperor's Divide. And Explosive Charge going to be shared there by Peter. That is one more item than what I expected him to have right now.
Look at Dindin's items. He has Abyssal Mask,
yeah.
Thick Treads, not helping.
And now Peter is going to come on over and try and help out as Grizzly hits another minion with a... I mean, the Dredge Lines, it's a difficult ability, okay?
Hey, he's getting better. He's learning with every single one that he uses.
He's looking like he's going to win this game. However, he's going to have to flash and hook a wall to try and get out of there as the depth chart's going to turn it around. Still, that is the one target you're not allowed to use that ability on. Oh my goodness, Life! That's an incredible stun. The needlework is amazing! Life will fall down, but the explosive charge was there. That grabs the kill. And Dundun is now chasing after them.
Oh
Kingen is just casually under an inner turret pre-20 minutes. That is the state of this game as the resets start to fly forward. Zeker is playing Mario while everybody else is playing League of Legends.
Oh, but he just get
That'll be an ace. But they didn't, because that hasn't spawned yet.
Baron he didn't want to show up. He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'd understand. As Grizzly is going to be caught, or is he? Yes, that's 4 people. They look for Zeker, but Emperor's Divide used very, very late here. Zeker is going to be able to rocket jump as Life finds the angle. Oh my god, these wallets are so heavy because they're full of all of the heist gold that they've stolen away. That is going to be the Tristana picking up the kill. Dundun not there, but I wouldn't wish being there upon my worst enemy, because that looked brutal. Because I did see it before, and Zeker had 2 items, and then there was 1, and now he has 3 items, and now there's 1 and a bit. Sylvie taking a lot of damage. Peter's door is somewhat working, as Grizzly's going to tank up the entirety of Nongshim. Dundun trying to do the same thing to Hamalife Esports, and that is difficult. He's trying to go all out, but it's not going to work. That is the Tristana getting another one. Maybe a little bit far forward as Kingen, but he's going to be able to dash his way out as there's the killer instinct. Fiesta tries to find it, wipes the floor with Viper. That looked pretty fancy there as the Featherstorm does come out. Zeker is now right-clicking people. And he just...
Oh, we got to reset, Go, go,
yeah,
go, 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 go.
Is he going to find Jiwoo? The answer is absolutely yes.
He's just gone.
The heck?
Already.
That is just absurd. Blade Caller not actually available, but once again it comes in. The Quadra kill, the denial of the Penta. The Nexus turrets have gone boom. And Hamalife Esports, they will take down the Nexus here. 22 minutes. An absolute certified shellacking here from Hamalife. Look at the dwarfing of Viper's damage because Zeker exists, skewing everything completely. This is not a very long game. There was not a lot of time for the careful macro setups of these Drakes that there were only 3 of in this series.
That would be an interesting... Would that be jungle into the Skarner? That would be pretty... He was the old school...
No, I think that's top lane into Renekton.
Both work. Both are valid and viable. Jax is available if they want to go that direction, which I think like would make more sense. They're going to go for Ornn.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's not the Jax. Still, I'm not optimistic for Nongshim. I just... See, the thing is, I feel like the 4-5 of the Gwen Nautilus was very good for Hamalife Esports last draft. Don't get me wrong. Impale Viper, and then you knock him away to kill Viper.
Hey, there you go. Could be some infighting here. Let's jump into the rift and see whether it happens. Doesn't do too much.
That's an important role.
That's true. I guess you probably need that in the tree felling business. I don't know too much about it. As Jiwoo and Peter trying to throw their feathers around. You can see Viper actually losing out on that trade so far in this early game, but they're just trying to get level 2 first, and they should be able to get there. As Grizzly has now just walked over to find Sylvie. And this is so cheeky.
And the red's just going to be... And also, you know, the Rel jungle buffs increase the damage to monsters, so she can just help kill the red, and then they're going to leave. And Sylvie's going to be so confused. He's like, I swear there was a red buff there a second ago.
Or they stand here and they just kill him.
He's like, where's my red gone?
Oh, okay. He clued into it.
Yeah.
So he knows that it's not there.
He realized that jungle camps don't just run away randomly. That's not a thing. None of puzzle solving.
Exactly. Especially not if you ban Evelyn every game. Although I guess then there's Shaker. Okay, we've got a little bit of a battle here as Kingen winning out. Does find the knock-up onto Sylvie, who's left the bottom lane and discovered that the top lane is not much better.
You know, in terms of like combos in League of Legends, there's like duos you think of in terms of power, right? Like Renekton and Sejuani.
Yep.
I've never thought of Ornn Sejuani as a strong duo. But you know what?
I think his Forge is in Freljord. I think so.
may well be.
His icon is a little bit red for it to seem on
doesn't
theme.
thematically sync with typical Freljordian champs. Who am I to judge?
Unfortunately, I don't have access to the collective right now. Because, okay, we've got flash up pull from Peter. That is just the cow picking up the first blood. And look at that, uses his own emote. It's been a while since we've seen that, Orcs.
You know what? This is the redemption arc where towards the end of the film,
and it feels like, you know, playing against Twisted Fate, you know, when there's just like someone on the enemy team that's just printing money. And it just feels sad to go even. You know, you feel the pressure to find more. As Harm Alive, they're the ones that have found Peter here. That's a lot of cowbells, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. He does have an unbreakable will, but does he have the ability to get out of the way of the explosive charge? The answer is no, but he's going to be all right. Not charged up or anything like that.
Into Hextech Soul is probably about as good.
All right, Grizzly going to find it here as Winter's Wrath is going to go slightly wide. There's the flash from Zeka, though. Cancels one auto, but there is the reset, and he's going to be able to pop himself back out again. Grizzly going to tank up the turret for his mid laner. Very nicely done, because the Arctic Assault was on cooldown. Zeka, in the meantime, is going to claim first turret blood. As Kingen, I don't think he's too worried about the Crocodile here. Does get a little bit of a knock-up as the Brittle proc, I believe, is available as okay. There's an Impale. Flash comes out, Killer Instinct, but he's still going to be stunned up and destroyed. Peter gets his second. They can wait out this Dominus as well, as they have started off the Dragon. Sylvie, I mean, it could just be a 50-50 for this one. Soul Point on the table. They get the knock-up onto the Scorpion, though walks in. They steal it with the Jiwoo's feathers? Okay, Sylvie now in a little bit of trouble, but he just runs it off. He should be able to use the speed from the Crystalline Exoskeleton to get himself out of there. Nongshim do clear out some vision, and they'll walk away with the Drake Denial.
Yeah, you can't chase and desire in that situation, and
Sylvie going to look for Grizzly here. I don't know whether he's the opportune target, as there's the Glacial Prison. Does get it onto Jiwoo somehow. Quad goes golden, and the Emperor's... Oh, sorry, it's not actually going to land. The Call of the Forge God, but that Blade Caller just fantastic from Jiwoo. But now Dundun is on the wrong side of the fight. The knock-up from Kingen, fantastic, but he still has to flash to get out of the way. And the explosive charge, tick, tick, boom! Oh no, Zeka going to be able to pick up Jiwoo, and that should be the Baron. And now Hanwha, they do have a 3,000 gold lead, but it's more like a 6,000 gold lead.
You know, I feel like a lot of the ornaments could do really well if they were just called like very Radiant Virtue.
Yeah,
you know?
That would work.
Like very Navori Quick Blades.
Yeah, I like it when things are a little bit more Navori. Okay, there is the headbutt into Impale combo. It's Grizzly going to go for the fadeaway to try and get himself out. There's the knockback, Kingen! Oh my goodness, his on is just a joy, and it continues to be so, as Jiwoo just going to get booted out of there, and Zeka going to get back to doing exactly what he wants to do, which is destroying turrets. How did the G-Riz get away with that?
I have no idea. I feel like moments like those, when you make the correct play and it doesn't work, what are you supposed to take away from that? That was a good play from Nongshim, and it just did not pan out. Grizzly is too tanky.
And this is not the kind of lead that they had at this stage in the last game, right? As Kingen dives forward, not going to find too much, but there is no Nexus turret to take care of them. Life is also here, just making sure that he's threatening with that CC every time as the Acathian Rain. Peter just melts! Oh no, Dundun, he's going to dive forward, looks for Grizzly, and he will go down, but it's a sacrifice of absolutely everything. It's a double kill somehow for the Rel, and Zeka is just hopping mad in this fight. The second Nexus of the series will go down, and Hanwha Life Esports will solidify their position, the very top for Hanwha Life Esports. And once again, Zeka does ludicrous amounts of damage, this time under 1,000 DPM.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG Interview translation. We are here joined by Zeka on the side of Hanwha Life Esports. Congratulations on the win. And with today's match, Hanwha Life has reached 10 match wins, and now you personally have secured the sole position of second place with 900 POG points. I feel like we took a different approach with the comps that we're trying. And I feel like it's most important to make sure that we pull our potential up to the max until playoffs. And you guys are on a 4-match and 8-game win streak right now with a great momentum. The team atmosphere must be amazing. So how is it? The team atmosphere right now is very good, actually. And I feel like Grizzly, he's been very introverted and shy, so it's really fun trying just like teasing him. And in game 1, Grizzly kept ganking mid, so was this your call? So given the comp, it was funnel the Tristana, so we had to make sure that the Tristana scales well. And of course, I was fine if Grizzly made a mistake, but with the mistake, he just kept blaming himself. But I really wanted to tell him that he did a great job today. And there was a scene that the analyst desk was curious about, so we have to ask you about this trade. And so did you know that Azir was going to hit level 6 late from sharing experience with Maokai? So I noticed that Maokai was rolling across mid and that he took some experience. But regardless of Azir being level 6 or 5, I feel like I would have probably gotten the kill. So it was a calculated kill, huh? Yes, it was. And so, given that the youngest child of the team is ganking your lane often, you must adore Grizzly. And it seems like you also look after Grizzly a lot. So would you have a message for Grizzly? From the outside, you know, I look younger, but it's really reliable. He's very reliable as a younger brother who looks older than me. And you reached 1,316 DPM with Tristana. You seem to be proficient at not only Yone but also at all AD champions. So which do you prefer between mage champions and AD champions? Like from a long time ago, I played a lot of AD champions in solo queue, so I have high confidence. But given that this meta has really enabled me to play those champions, it's been going great. I feel like my preference probably goes either way depending on the meta. And so according to a video on the Hanwha Life Esports YouTube channel, you visited the ophthalmology clinic for an eye exam, and there are several stills of you wearing the eye exam device that turned into a bunch of memes, so have you seen them? Yeah, I don't really watch the YouTube videos. Well, we have these stills ready for you. Are you happy about these? What purpose do these memes serve? It's just that you look so cute and fans are worried and concerned about your eye health. Maybe we can use these memes whenever we can't really spot your performance, or maybe you're invisible in the game. Yes, sure, you can go ahead. And now, up against next, you guys will be facing DRX. So what is your resolution? We watched the DRX match previously. They're doing really well under a lot of pressure, so I feel like they're probably going to clench their way up to the playoffs. So we'll make sure that we are ready for that match and make sure that we win. And any message for your fans? Thank you so much for supporting us as always. And I feel like we're able to definitely reach for third place, and we'll make sure that we wrap up the season with good results. Congratulations once again, and this will be the end of the interview with Zeka and back to the space.